Hi guys, and welcome to another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing a new camera monitor, the Andycine A6, also branded as the Feelworld F6. Let's get straight into it and open the box. So obviously you get the monitor itself, a sunshade, a metal tilt arm, a mount for the sunshade, HDMI to mini HDMI cable, a user manual and a cleaning cloth. The monitor is equipped with 3 mounts, one on the top and bottom and one on the right of the monitor. There are 4 function buttons at the top of the monitor, ideal for functions that you may use frequently. These are customizable. There's also a menu button, left and right, and a power button. On the left of the monitor there is a DC 12V in for powering the monitor from the mains. There is also a 8V DC out for powering your camera or possibly a light. Finally, the HDMI in. At the bottom there is a mini USB port, assuming for firmware updates. There's also a headphone jack. This is great if you have a camera that doesn't have one. The Andycine A6 is a 5.7-inch camera monitor that supports 4K signals. The monitor only weighs 200 grams, this obviously will increase depending on what size battery you use. The A6 uses Sony NPF style batteries. The battery mount has no lock like I've seen in other monitors, but it's still very secure. Now let's rig the monitor up to my Panasonic GH5 and see how it looks. So here we have the monitor set up. I really like how the arm it's really sort of minimalist, it's not bulky, it's really nice and small. The HDMI cable I've bought as well is perfect for this setup, really nice and short, and it doesn't get in the way. Okay, looking at the settings, you have picture mode, enabling you to change brightness, contrast, saturation and so on. These are presets, but you can also manually dial each setting to your preference. You can also change language, aspect ratio, and something I've never seen in a monitor is on-screen display settings, meaning you can change the monitor's menu position and make the menu transparent. You can also change the film monitor's video output, but I'm not sure why that you would ever want to change this. You can also crank the backlight from its default setting to 70 all the way up to 100, which would be better for sunny conditions. So you also have all the standard settings like center marker for framing your talent. There's also an option for safe frame, which is great for any cropping in post or letterboxing. You can reverse the image and flip the image. So I'm assuming if you were using maybe a mirror or the monitor upside down, this would be useful. You get the histogram, standard with most monitors. And there's also a false colour option, great for checking exposures. And then you obviously get all the standard features like focus peaking, overexposure settings. Finally, you can change all the function buttons customizable to your preference. The metal bracket that's supplied with the monitor is really well made, and it's a really good addition for the monitor. It's really nice and versatile, great if you were using the monitor in different positions. So I'm just going to show you a few different ways that you could rig this monitor up using the metal tilt arm. Here I'm using the Rode Filmmaker kit. Really nice, simple and clean setup. I did try and attempt to rig this monitor up with my Zion crane. I didn't really succeed with the parts and equipment that I've got, so I think I need to buy something. With regards to latency issues, the camera is a little delayed with movement, but it's nothing really to worry about, and it doesn't really concern me. So here we are, just putting the sun hood cover on, and we're just going to go outside quickly and see how it performs in reasonably sunny conditions. I would say the monitor is good in sunlight, probably exactly the same as the GH5 monitor itself. Obviously it's just a lot larger screen. I still have the screen protector on it, which I intend to keep on, so whether it would be better if that was removed, I'm not sure. As I mentioned earlier, the monitor can be a power source for your camera. It's a great addition, but this does mean having more cables for your rig. I did notice that there's no audio meters for the monitor, but obviously you can use your in-camera levels to check for peaking. Overall, I think this is a great monitor and you certainly get a lot for the price you pay, but there's also no compromise in quality. The Andycine A6 is well built and I'm pretty sure it could take a few drops. I personally love its size and its functionality. The shortcut buttons are a great plus too. Just going to throw up the specs for this monitor if anyone's interested. Anyway, I think we've covered everything here. I hope this review was helpful. Please subscribe if you're new. Drop a comment and like, and I'll see you in the next one. There's also an on-screen display. There's also an on-screen display timer. There's also an on-screen display timer menu, which allows the menu to f*** off. Fuck's sake. There's also an on-screen display. There's also a f***ing Jesus. There's also an on-screen display timer, meaning you twat. There's also an on-screen display timer menu. There's also an on-screen display timer, meaning the menu will shot. There's also an on-screen display timer,